Jake, you did an all-22 film breakdown on the defense. Let's take a look at a couple of things that you saw defensively, and there was a lot to like with the Browns.
Yeah, so you like 29 plays in the first half. Again, the first drive you're watching here, some leaky things, and again, the Bengals did a nice job. You know, Dave, they're in year 3 of this defense with Schwartz, so there is a good feel from Dan Pitcher and the Bengals offense going up against this as far as scheming run game stuff. Then the Browns adjust, then they change a little bit of how they're playing their front, how they're matching certain personnel groups, and you saw the Browns really put them in a bind, box them up in a very unique way. So the first drive was just, again, a lot of run game, getting to some third and shorts, and then just having the right process in place to get first downs. But the Browns adjusted really well, and I thought they started to do some manipulative stuff in coverage where they had some man looks that ended up being zone, messed with Burrow in terms of what he thought he was going to get post snap, which caused some slowdown. Also think it caused some play calling difficulty for the Bengals at times, where you saw the play coming in late as they were trying to figure out what they were going to do based on the evolving scheme of the Browns defense. So I just can't give them enough credit, especially again that second half where they deal with a couple difficult situations. They come off of the interception and get out in the field and hold them to 3 points. Multiple times in that fourth quarter where the Browns gave the football back to the Bengals on their side of the 50-yard line, but pushed out further downfield, and they did a great job stepping up and getting the Bengals defense off the field. It was really encouraging. Swessinger and Mason, huge parts of that group. As rookies, Carson played really well. I thought Mason by the end of the game was so much better than how he started it. Again, it's a welcome to the NFL early portion of that for him, where he was just getting those double teams that you don't maybe anticipate. Got better at defending them, did his job, and then Miles was special. Isaiah McGuire, I wrote about him early in the week, is starting to step up in a real way and claim ownership of that position opposite Miles with the first group. And, you can see the vision. You can see the vision. Greg Newsome outside. I've thought it for years. You kind of try to stay in your lane on some of this stuff because Martin Emerson's a nice player and I understand the fit and you want to get him on the field, but he's just Newsome's a better outside corner. It's what he did best at Northwestern. It's what he did great in his rookie year where he was pretty strong out there, and getting him back outside is, no one wants to see anybody hurt, especially a guy like Martin in his contract year in the way that this happened. But I do think it's the pathway to giving Newsome another contract and he stays as an outside corner. I think that's the fit that is best for him and Denzel. And even Joe Burrow after the game was like, that's one of the best cornerback tandems we'll see all year. And I understand why they feel that way. Newsome played lights out. So Delpit was good. It's a good defense. I think that gets lost on people. And I really do think, kind of close with this, there was a real feeling around that team of not believing in what the offense was doing last year. And I think it trickled into how the defense played, their effort level of consistent effort over the course of 60 minutes, a belief that if we stop this team, we can find a way to win. There was a dark cloud hanging. We don't have to go into who's responsible for it, but there was a dark cloud hanging over the team last year. You see this year's version more looking like 23, and I think it comes down to a belief in what the process is for the entire team. And when you can play offense the way they did on Sunday and against Cincinnati, where you're complementing the defense, keeping them off the field, sustaining drives, it trickles into how the defense feels about going about their job. Now, it's 1 week. I'm very interested to see how they handle a difficult matchup in Lamar and Derrick Henry, but I do think this defense has a chance to be fun as it was. It's just as fun a version as maybe not quite as good data wise because the schedule's more difficult, but I think they have a chance to be really fun this year and feel more like 23.